Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
It's like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick fucker!
Body touch!
Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen on Izzy Presley. Did that come out in one whale swoop?
I don't know. You're doing better than me, Izzy, because I got home from your show Friday night.
Yes.
Mike Dawson and the Smoking Kills. Fantastic show. I just did the show for you. It was a great show. We had a couple of beverages adult beverages at the show, like we are known to do. And then Rika and I came home and decided to have a few more adult beverages. And I drank a the 1.5 size Costco scotch. I drank basically a quarter of that bottle.
Oh,
yeah. So I felt good Saturday, and then we had to do it all over again for Yachtly Crew. And then last night was Yachtly Crew's Christmas party. So we drove out to Simi Valley and did it all over again. So let me tell you, this Tom and Jerry that you introduced me to is heavenly. I'm doing hair of the dog very late the next day.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I think I had my first Tom and Jerry at about 11 o'clock, right when Trunk started on volume. I started out with a coffee, and then I'm like, well, I can't go anywhere. I have nothing to do. Why not have a Tom and Jerry? And now it is, what time is it? It is a 7:18 here on Monday night.
Yeah, to be fair, you texted me at like 11 and said you want to do it 11:30, and I didn't even look at my phone until 11:45. So I'm like, yeah, that isn't happening. I'm like, let me get caught up on my day first. So here it is, 8 hours later, and we're doing this.
And just for the record, for everybody that is watching and listening, we have the Listener Drunken Summit coming up, which is every year the week of Christmas, or the Monday before Christmas. And this Tom and Jerry is the official drink of said Listener Drunken Summit, because it's around, and it's a Christmas type drink. So,
I mean, so for the people that don't know, because I'm having my first one right now, because Izzy brought me a jar of the mixture. It's a very Christmassy, spicy mixture. It's a paste, and you put a couple tablespoons of that in, actually teaspoons, and then you do. You don't follow the directions, by the way. I went with your recipe, not the one on the side of the jar, because it said half an ounce each of rum and brandy, but I did a full shot of brandy and a full shot of rum.
Let me insert,
topped it off with water.
Let me insert this. All right, thank you very much, Pat Fontaine laugh. So this is I believe a 16-ounce mug. So
mine is too.
2 large spoonfuls of the mix and 2 shots of rum and 2 shots of brandy.
Oh, wow. So yours is twice what mine is. And I gave Rika a sip of mine before I came out. Oh, by the way, who's got the more metal mug?
You. What did Rika?
The guy who drinks Trulies with them.
What did Rika think of the Tom and Jerry?
She took a sip of it. She was like, boozy. She's not a booze fan.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Well,
but then again, the vodka drinks she drinks taste like rubbing alcohol to me. So it's just crazy how different people taste different things.
Yeah, it's funny because vodka is supposed to be tasteless.
Yeah, ever since I had COVID, vodka literally smells like and tastes like rubbing alcohol to me. So, but you know what? All of a sudden, I love brown booze a whole lot more, though. So that's a good thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Because I didn't get to it, make sure you guys hit all the social media at Paul Gargano on the Facebook and on the Instagram.
And I'm going to be better about Instagram. I actually posted 2 days in a row this weekend.
Impressive. Yeah, one of them was from our show, and
one of them was your show. Because
right.
I'm like, and I was waiting for you to like after the show or Dawson to be like, saw you back at the bar on your phone. And I was just like, I was posting about the show, I swear. I wasn't back on the bar checking my Instagram. I was actually posting this.
I did notice that. And then Instagram is at Metal Edge Magazine.
Yeah.
Twitter is at Metal Edge Mag.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening with that Twitter yet. Anyone out there that works for Twitter, give me a call.
Yeah, we got to get that fixed.
We got to get that Twitter fixed. Yeah, we're having a Twitter problem.
And also on the Facebook at Metal Edge Magazine as well. And then, of course, the show page is at Another Effin' Podcast. This will all be condensed into one thing at some
or
point.
we'll just make it more confusing.
Why not? And then you can follow me.
Or Izzy and I will drink for 4 days straight and figure out how to make it even more confusing than it already is.
Hey, like I've been doing. I mean, what the fuck else am I going to do? I can't drive my car. It's in the shop. So whatever. And then at Real Izzy Presley, all the way across the board, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All that kind of good stuff. So, Paul, we have a great show. This is pre-recorded, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
We like to go live, but sometimes we have to pre-record. And for something like this, we had to pre-record because of a time difference. And our guest is KK Downing, formerly of Judas Priest. Now he's got a great band called KK's Priest.
Yes, which is former members of Judas Priest.
Yes.
Ripper Owens is the singer.
Yep.
When he gets into details about all of that, it was a great interview. I haven't talked to. Have you talked to him before in your
first time I ever met him?
Journalist. Okay. I did and it was funny because I don't know if we catch it at the beginning of the video or not, but I haven't talked to him, I think, in 20 years, but I remember the last time I did was for a Metal Edge cover story. And he actually pretended to remember that, which is pretty slick.
I don't think I started recording until after you guys had that little love.
Yeah,
fest.
the little but forever. Yeah.
It was a very good interview. Got really deep into the album, and when he left Priest.
Yeah, there's I was really fascinated by a lot of the psychology. I mean, about him leaving Priest and a lot of and we've heard the stories before, right, but it's always different when you're hearing them one-on-one. It's just there's always like little variances and nuances that come out that are different. And I almost felt a little remorse from him during the interview when he was talking about, not being back with the band. But it was a really good interview.
No, it was.
There was also I don't want to tease it, but there was also the other thing that was interesting was when he talked about Rob asking him to join a band.
Right.
Yeah, that actually was something I walked away from like, oh wow, I didn't know about that. So
yeah, well, we don't want to give too much of the interview away. So do we want to announce what we're going to do for the listener summit?
I'm good with that. If you're good with that, I like the idea. It matches up well. And I think it could be a good one. I think we should do it. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Let's do it. Then we have to.
Yeah. So last year was AC/DC Highway versus Back in Black. And to this date, it is the most downloaded episode. Actually, no, it's not the most downloaded, but it's up there, especially for this last year. But everybody, we're Kiss geeks. So they think we're going to go towards Kiss or something like that. But no, we are throwing a wrench in it. We are doing something that we have not done. There has been a drunken summit about this band, but this is when I was just doing randomness. We would just have the band as a random thing and just talk about the band. But the band is Aerosmith. And we are going to do Rocks versus Toys in the Attic. And I am rather excited about this.
I'm ready for that one. Apparently my dog is too, because he just started barking. Oh, I got to do a shameless plug. Please hold.
Please do. Please do. I'll take another drink of this delicious.
Take another drink. All right. My fat ass gets back on the camera. So we had Phil Schusch on a couple weeks ago. Yes. And he was talking about his Mutt Merch company. And I'm not a liar. I went online and I bought over $150 worth of Mutt Merch. So nice. I now can dress my dog in Neuterhead.
That's awesome.
The Beagles. Grateful Dane. Did you see that one?
Christ.
Grateful Dane. And then because I'm a dork, I also had to get myself a ruff,
Of course.
which is, of course, because I have that Rush tattoo on my leg.
Oh, so
but
that's
not as a dog.
it's Rush and not tough.
It's not tough. That would be actually pretty funny too. No, it's rough instead of Rush, and
Gotcha.
that's the fire hydrant but instead of the man and the star, it's the dog and the fire hydrant, which is
Nice.
awesome.
Okay.
And then I had to Eagles shirt so I could be a matching dork and give Metal Sludge something to criticize me for with my dog. And then I also, because I have every variant, every time I see a variant of anything Appetite for Destruction, I have to get it. So now Bones and Noses can be worn alongside my Inner Circle and my Steven Adler and all the other ones I have. Is he still recovering from give Metal Sludge more to give me shit about, right?
Wait, and how many of my shirts have you bought?
I don't think I have any. I should probably go do that, huh? I mean, you know, I also paid for a design for our shirts that we still haven't made. So that's we're doing good.
No, we will. Those will come. Those will come in the future. Oh yeah, and I do want to give a shout out and a thank you to see.
I mean, to be fair, if you put clothes on in your shirts, I might wear them, but I don't know that I need a naked Izzy across my chest.
There's no naked Izzies. Well, maybe there's the
one. I thought you did only the one.
there's the one with the belt and the pose when I'm wearing my yoga pants.
Yeah.
But there's great photos. There's great shirts with my face on them. My face only.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that kind of shit there, it's great. If you go to Teespring, you find the Izzy Presley store, you can find all that kind of stuff.
And you know what?
And
hold on.
And like, you know,
let me go right now.
Like that great I Love Van Hagar shirt that sells,
which I do
actually pretty well. All
right, so now how do I do this? I'm on Teespring. Walk me through this. I'm your average idiot listener. What do I do?
You should just be able to go to the search bar and go Izzy Presley.
I don't see a search bar. Let me rephrase that. I'm the average idiot. I'm not as our normal listener. I can't even find the search bar.
Okay. Well, you know what the easiest thing to do, Paul? If you go to Another Effing Podcast on Facebook and hit that shop now button, it will take you.
Oh, wait, it's Teespring, right?
Yeah, 2 E's.
Yeah, that's where I am. Sell merch on TikTok. Oh, here we go. Discover creators.
There you
go. Creator. Here we go.
I like this. See, we're learning as we go.
All right, we're learning. We're going as we go. We're going as we go. Why isn't there a search bar though?
There should be.
Teespring needs to up their game a little bit here.
Let me
it's so bizarre. I don't see a search bar.
Teespring.com.
Oh, by the way, this is gripping podcast.
Hey, I mean, you know what? But this is helping people.
We're here for everybody.
So looking at the top, I see the Teespring thing on there. I see how it works, sell anything, sell everywhere, and start designing. Now, I think if you click the Teespring, it just holds right there. Scrolling down. Buy. Yeah, if you scroll all the way down to shop products, but there's no. This is very.
I got an idea. I got another idea. I'm going to try this.
Are you going to go to the Facebook page?
All right, here we go. I just Googled. I solve problems.
Oh yes.
I Googled Izzy Presley Teespring, and now I got everything here.
There you go.
I do kind of love the I don't want your fucking CD.
Isn't that gold? That was created back before COVID, when you would walk down Hollywood
when
Boulevard.
You would actually get CDs.
Well, when you'd walk down Hollywood Boulevard and every 5 steps, hey man, take my CD. Hey, take my CD. It was basically for that, or for walking down Las Vegas Boulevard as well.
Yes. All right, there's quite a bit here. There's ACK.
Yeah, there's ACK. There's the current shirt with just the Another Effing Podcast logo and both of our names on it. And
where's that one?
And it should be one of the first ones. And in the back it says Minion for life. Or loyal minion. I'm sorry. Loyal minion on the back.
Which one's this one?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go to. Let me go.
I see the Izzy Presley fucking Ward shirts and socks.
Fucking Ward shirts and socks and grocery bags and yoga pants. All right, I am going to go to the store with you. Okay, so a store comes up.
Man, those leggings are horrifying.
I know, but they're hilarious and awesome. Okay, and then go through all the ACK new logo stuff.
I love the neck goiter that just has like your boob, like right.
Isn't that awesome? And if you scroll down, it should be at the very bottom.
Yep, there it is.
Awesome. There it is. But there's shower curtains. There's a beach towel that Lori has. And when Lori is on this show, Lori, one of the loyal listeners from Australia, and he will be here for the Listener Drunken Summit, you will see that beach towel flowing in the back. It is great. It is great. So there's a lot of fun stuff. We got mugs. We got. I still have to get one of the stainless steel tumblers as well.
You don't have one of those yet?
No, I don't. I don't have any of the new logo stuff actually.
I don't need a shirt that says "Loyal Minion for Life" because then it sounds like you and I are into some like S&M shit or something.
Well, I mean that's for a conversation off the air. But you know what I do need a fanny pack.
Would that be the accessory pouch?
That would be the
the accessory pouch is like the merch pouch you sit with at the merch stands.
Absolutely. There is but it's under the ACK face masks, stickers, and
I see that.
Yeah, F and Ward face mask sticker fanny pack. Oh yeah. Lots of great stuff. This is good. Thank you.
There's good stuff here. All right. Well, yeah. So that was an unplanned sojourn into shameless plugging, but
it happens.
Go to Izzy Presley Teesprings, and especially if you plan on being on the Listener Summit, you better be wearing something.
Absolutely. So, Paul, let's do this. Let us get into this amazing interview that we did with KK Downing of KK's Priest. And we'll come back afterwards and afterthoughts, I guess.
Afterthoughts. All right. After a couple Tom and Jerry's.
After a couple Tom and Jerry's. Absolutely. All
right. KK, thank you very much. I know there's a time change. We're in different time zones. So it's the end of the day for you and the start of the day for us.
It's a pleasure, guys. And I'm glad to see or hear that you're going to be up and running again. And
yeah.
Going to put the team back together. It sounds a bit like the Blues Brothers. How long are we going to put the band back together?
And that's pretty much like with Izzy and I. It's definitely like the Blues Brothers.
yeah. Right.
It's a little early for orange whips, but otherwise.
Well, I have to take my car into the shop, so maybe orange whips are an option today. So how you doing, Kate? Yeah, how you doing, KK? The record's really good. It's available now. It's called Sermons of the Center. How's it going, man? Everything good over there?
Yeah, it's going really, really good. I'm just kept busy nonstop. Like I say, I'm still doing promotion for the record. Really, really busy with that. Lots of things going on. I'm trying to sneak out to a couple of shows. I'm going to see Steve Harris's band tomorrow. I think British Lion are playing quite close to where I live, so that's pop down there and have a couple of beers.
Hey, it's an excuse to go out and have a couple of beers. And see Steve Harris, which isn't a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
So how did this project? Obviously, it came out of the, shall we say, the shadows of Priest. How did this come out? We haven't talked about this before. I know you've talked about it many times, but where'd this come from for you?
Yeah, I was hanging on, and I felt sure that I would be back in the fold at some point, but that was not to be. So I thought, we can't cross the 10-year threshold. So I thought, I did a couple of shows in 2019, towards the end of 2019, and kind of whet the appetite. And I thought that this could be really good, you know. And I had a vision of who the band would be and how it would, you know, unfold. So Christmas that year, Christmas 2019, I decided to sit down, lock myself away, and set about writing an album, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a better way round to do it. You know, if I knew that we had a good, you know, strong album, then I could call the guys up and say, let's go. I think we're good to go, you know, rather than do it the other way around. You put the band together and you all sit around the table and go, okay, who's going to write the songs? What are they going to sound like? Are they going to be any good? Is anybody going to want to hear them? Will we get signed? You know, so I thought that I'd get stuck in, and I had a blast, really, because it had been, you know, I started obviously being pretty much the sole songwriter, actually together with myself and Alan Atkins in 1969. We were writing for about 4 years, you know, playing as a four-piece. And it was good to revisit that again, really, where I was kind of, I'd got the controls, you know, and it just seemed like a lot of freedom, you know, without having to consider what other people like or don't like, you know. And I guess you learn that over a, let's say, 40-year span, you know. You put something good together and you think, oh, I'm not sure if Glenn's going to like that. I'm not sure if Rob's going to like that, you know. And it's like, it's kind of a bit daunting, really, to think that way. It's a bit suppressing. So it wasn't the case with this. So it all happened very quickly. Called the guys up, and it was just the COVID thing, really. I think we'd have a second release, you know, under the belt by now. I think, you know, if it hadn't been for COVID,
yeah,
because I started writing earlier this year for a second record. Since then, I haven't really been able to get back onto it, but there's a lot there, you know. So I'm assuming again this Christmas, you know, December, January, when it's typical winter here in the UK, nothing's happening. It's dark, as we were just saying, 4 PM. So it's a good thing to be able to do, really, you know, and enjoyable.
Is it tough getting back into that mindset? Because after 40 years, like you said, of writing with expectations for everybody else, you know, in your head, you can't help but be like, is this right for Rob or Glenn or whatever? Is it hard going back in and going, you know what? I'm just writing for me. I don't have to worry about anyone else anymore.
I think it was a lot easier.
Okay.
Well, you know, because I didn't have to consider anybody else, really. I mean, Ripper and Sean, they were in the States, and Tony's down in London. And like I say, it's the dead of winter. Well, it was the dead of winter, you know. And then the lockdown happened, so I had even more time just to keep polishing the thing up. So it was good. But I'd like to think that my ideal is to release 2 albums inside 1 year, because I haven't done that since 1979, I think it was.
Wow.
You know, and that's kind of a good, it's a good goal to set yourself, really. So this album was released on October the 1st. So if I get my skates on, you know, it could get disrupted by live shows. So we'll see what's happening. I was on a Zoom call yesterday with agents from America to cover South America and Japan and stuff. So they're pretty optimistic they can get us out there, you know, in the summer. And but I'll be happy if we can just have this whole thing recorded, even if it's not mixed. But the thing is, nothing takes me too long to do, you know. when you're on your own, I think.
Right.
You know, you basically, you know, you move at the pace that you move at. You know, it isn't like And I guess the thing, I suppose it's like trying to drag the kids onto the train or get in the car to go on holiday. You know, it's like, you know, where's the young one? You know, and it takes forever to get everybody together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if it's just you can just jump in the car and go, you know.
Right. Do you find like producing yourself and not having that person in there to go, no, this is good, this is the one? Do you find that you try to overproduce and over polish?
Well, yeah, I am very fussy, you know. But having said that, I love to get all of there's a way of writing, you see, that keeps it all energized and moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the way I like to work is to nothing's, you know, keep putting things down. So if there's any musicians, songwriters listening, you know, just get a format down. It doesn't matter. Don't, you know, put it down with a view to thinking that you're going to change it tomorrow or next week, you know. And if you don't, there's a good reason why you're not changing it.
Yeah.
You know, but if these parts need change, you know, you can better them, then there's a good reason to change it, you know. And eventually I think it's kind of fun. I quite look forward to getting up in the morning and listening to what went on the night before, and everything seems so obvious, you know. You know, we need to do an edit there or something. But the songwriting process, lots of energy, vibrancy, comes about very, very quickly, you know. And then through the production, you know, while you're doing vocal harmonies, while you're thinking about drums and all of that, you keep revisiting the tracks.
Yeah.
You know, and the more you keep putting on there, you just want to keep making some changes, because you can always make things better, for sure.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. What was Ripper? Did he record in America? Did everybody record their parts? Sorry.
No. Ripper, he flew over here and actually did the vocals at my place here.
Nice.
Yeah. And
So
it was great to do that.
You have your own studio out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
So yeah, I think it's a good way to work. And then, like I say, in the past, you know, as many famous producers have said, a record's never finished. You just have to hand it over at some point, you know, when the time and the money runs out. You know, the man from the record company knocks the studio door and goes, okay, today is the day. You got to put it in the hand, you know, and that's what you have to do. But anyway, I could have moved a lot faster, but with the COVID thing, there was no mad rush on anyway, you know. So, which is a shame, because we had some good tours booked for the last 2 years, you know, and they all got cancelled, which is a bit of a drag. But like I say, I can move pretty quick, you know, and get things done. And I'd like to release 2 albums in 1 year. That would be within a 12-month period. Even if it's on the exact 365th day, you know, I mean, I'll be happy with that.
Right. Well, the thing I've noticed about Priest is, like, over the years, Priest got heavier and heavier and heavier. And this record sounds a lot, to me, it sounds a lot like Painkiller, like down that vein. When you were writing this, was it just, all right, I'm just going to write a balls out metal record, or is that just how it came out?
Yeah, I just went on to autopilot because I had to see what was in the tank, and just got on with it, really. But I was adamant that, you know, because obviously I've produced and co-produced a lot of records in my time, you know. So I wasn't worried about that aspect at all. In fact, you know, I enjoy getting things the way that I hear them, you know. I like that, you know, because we have drifted away. Too many bands, ourselves included, you know, drift away from, you know, the organic process, you know. I mean, when I first started, like in the late 60s, you know, I mean, it was proper organic, wasn't it? You know, sleeping in the van outside the studio and going in, clean your teeth, start recording, and you're all set up, and and you play a song from beginning to end. And if somebody makes a mistake, you know, you have to throw something at him, you know. So it was so organic, it wasn't true. And then it all got kind of, you know, the machinery crept in and went the other way. So I enjoyed, you know, getting the drums to be totally organic, nothing mixed in with them, you know, samples mixed in, you know, and stuff like that. None of that. Organic drums, you know. I wanted to hear the bass all the way through. In fact, I encouraged Tony. I said, like, I'm a big Jack Bruce fan and an Andy Fraser fan. You know, I want to hear you do. You were going to leave gaps for you. I want to hear the bass from all the way through.
Yeah.
You know, because it gets so submerged and lost. You know, the way that people put the treatment on the drums in studios and stuff like that. So there was that criteria, but the main thing was I wanted to write an album that I thought the fans were going to like. But first and foremost, I was imagining that I was on stage playing these songs to the audience, you know. Because, you know, so often it happens, you know, sometimes we've had songs criticized when we've released an album, but the thing is, they're the songs that people enjoy most in a live, show. You know, and they're the ones that are most simple, easy to remember. You remember the lyrics, easy melody lines, you know, and a lot of time, and the lyrics connect with the audience. You know, there's that connection. And in Judas Priest, we always had songs like that, you know, where the lyrics weren't going to win any literary award, or, you know, weren't going to win any awards for, you know, some jazz festival award, you know. It's you know, and we all know the songs I'm talking about, you know. It could be Living After Midnight, Heading Out to the Highway, you know, even Breaking the Law. I mean, Alice Cooper's School's Out, you know, obviously Twisted Sister, you know. I mean, these, you know, Quiet Riot, Bang Your Head, these are the songs that we won at the festivals, you know.
I want to rock and roll all night. I mean, yeah, come on.
I mean, and Kiss, I mean, past masters at it. I mean, we did too. I mean, there's a lot to learn there. These songs, you know, good old live party songs. And but to me, that's a big essential ingredient of what we know and love as true and classic metal, you know. And most bands of the day had songs like that, you know. It's very important.
Well, and I think that's for metal especially. I think that, well, you know what, not even metal especially, because even in pop music sometimes it's just you don't, there's two schools of thought. You could overthink it and overcomplicate it, or you just, you know, like the Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. It's just that's it. Just give people what they want to hear. And that's like, I still remember that first time I saw Judas Priest live, and it would have been 1989, and it was, you know, you still have that primal feeling of like watching you guys on stage, and you guys, and it's just that basic delivery. Like when metal's done the right way, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah,
and that's
and of course, you know, that was really important, and I'm totally confident that these songs are good live songs, you know, because, you know, in the past we had several songs that were lent themselves, you know, to being live songs, but other ones never really saw the light of day. And I didn't want to have any of that, you know, whether they're kind of longer, more epic songs, you know, there's room for that. But like the songs we were just talking about, whether it's Raise Your Fists, Wild and Free, you know, Brothers of the Road, these, you know, shorter, more kind of fun metal parking lot songs, you know, that's kind of what you need to have as well.
Do you feel that you were, because I think Ripper's voice and the way Ripper sings really fits well with what you did on this album. Did you feel yourself writing for his voice as well?
Yeah, I actually always wanted to hear Ripper sing songs like this. I know when Rob left for all of those years and Tim stepped in and saved us, you know, we were in a different mindset at that time, I think mid-90s, you know, because he was a young, and I think we were thinking, you know, that if we write something that is so kind of traditionally suited for Halford, let's say, then, you know, with Ripper singing it, a lot of people will probably come down on him for just being a Halford stand-in or clone or something. So myself and Glenn, we just went, you know, and pushed the boundaries a bit with what we did to suit a younger, you know, strong vocalist, to give him his own identity. And I think we achieved that, guys, really, you know, for better or for worse. But I'm glad to say that we'll be able to play some songs from the Ripper era, you know, as well as songs from this album, and obviously songs, you know, that I've written or co-written, you know, from the past in Judas Priest, you know, that obviously that I'm such a big part of, you know. It was my life. I grinded it out, you know, because I was the guy, I was the troop. I was, if anything, you know, I mean, like I say, I never wanted to record with anybody else. I never had the desire to do anything else with anybody, you know. So Glenn did a couple of albums, you know, solo albums. Rob did a gazillion of them over 14 years, you know, and but myself and Ian, we stood fast and we were loyal to the cause, so to speak, you know. So yeah, I love hearing Ripper. It suits him down to the ground, you know, and I really don't think, I'm just looking forward to, because it's just one record, you know. It's only one record, you know. There's more to come, you know, for the collection. You know, so you know, I would love everybody to like the album. Obviously, there's going to be some partisan kind of hater people out there. You're always going to get that, because I think they've got the message wrong. You know, I'm not here to you know, I don't really have to you know, try and impress anybody or do anything like that. You know, all my achievements, Grammy Awards, nominations. I mean, I've been on the world's biggest stages. You know, I'm really happy and very grateful for what I've achieved, you know. It's just the fact that in my heart, I was just hoping to sustain this wonderful music that we've become to cherish, you know, because like a lot of guys, we're, you know, losing people, some good friends, you know, and none of us are going to be around. I just turned 70 a few weeks ago. So, you know, at some point we'll all be gone, you know. So, but as long as I'm here, if I can keep on flying the flag and prove to people that you can still write new classic songs, you know, and so it's all good, really, you know. We've got, you know, Iron Maiden come out with a new album, KK's Priest, you know, I think the Scorpions are coming out with a new album, and then you've always got like the Accept guys going strong, Saxon going strong, you know, there's still, and all I would say is the fact that even though some bands, the bands from the 70s and 80s are fragmented now, you know, just give them the support if you can, because you know, because some of them have lost physically through illness and death, you know. So but the guys that are left, to me, have a very, very valid contributions, you know, still to make, you know, both on record and live in concert.
How strange was it for you going through this cycle and not being able to go play these songs live right away? I mean, it's really, I mean, the whole world's kind of been on pause for the last year and a half.
Pretty tough. But like I say, after speaking to the agent yesterday, like we did have some good tours lined up, arena support tours.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, no,
But they got cancelled, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Because we were going to release the record and jump on this arena tour, you know, with a mega band.
I know who the band was, so yeah.
Yeah, which is really, really disappointing because they did indicate that they would take us to America as well as Europe as well. So that's really annoying. But anyway, I think there's some good things to come. And actually today, I've actually been relearning and digging out the tabs for the guitar parts. I don't have them all. In the past, there has been albums I've tabbed out completely every note on the album, you know. But the last one, I was motoring along. So, but anyway, so in fact, they're all spread out all over the floor in the other room now. So I'm just because I've been going through them, and the parts that I don't have, especially some harmony stuff from me and AJ, I've been redoing those and scribing them down, so that, you know, in months to come from now, you know, or whenever it may be, we can jump on it pretty quick and get a jump start, you know, just to speed the process up. So, but I've actually been going through all the songs meticulously today, relearning all my parts, and it's been quite enjoyable, really, you know. But obviously, it's not too difficult for me, you know, because obviously I'm just going over what I did originally, but so much got changed, you know, and embellished right to the very end. So I just need to get my ear on some of those late changes and just jot them down while I've got time, you know, before I get the pressure. Oh, you know, we've got some dates, you've got to get out there, you know.
Right.
And by then I'm probably going to be in the middle of the recording process. So, but I've been busy ever, you know. I haven't really had any time to myself as such, really, because I'm doing so much promotion for the record, you know.
It's got to be crazy too, because to think about, like, if you were going to be in that support role, you know, with an arena band, you would have gotten what, 45, 50 minutes to play. Like, it's crazy to think you've got this brand new album. You do a couple songs from that album, you know, you have to do 3, 4, 5 songs off the new record. Then you go back to the material Ripper was on with Priest. You draw from that, and then you go to the classic Priest that people obviously want to hear. It's got to be impossible to put a set list together. I mean, it's just... Oh,
it's going to be so wonderful, isn't it? I mean, it's really difficult to put a set list together. You know, it's going to be really, really, really tough. But it's going to be fun at the same time, you know. I was thinking about it because the guys offered us 50 minutes on the support slot. I'm thinking, Jesus, if we could stretch that to an hour, I could just play the whole album.
Right.
That would be killer, wouldn't it? You
Yeah.
know, because we got the album runs for 50 minutes plus introductions.
Yeah.
So that would have been quite something, wouldn't it? Just to rip through the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, but then you run into but then you do that, then you run into everybody in the crowd. Dude, he didn't play any Judas Priest. Come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you're gonna have that, but they wouldn't have realized that until the very end. But it would have been very, very good to do. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be playing some stuff on, you know, Sinner, Victim, and whatever it is, you know, stuff that I like. But actually, when I did the show in 2019 with Ripper and Dave Ellefson, you know, the jam session, we did some songs that we hadn't never played before, like Before the Dawn, for example. You know, we did that, and the whole room was just singing along.
Yep. Yeah, that was.
I said to Ripper, we'll do this song. He said, no, you know, nobody knows it. We've never played. I said, Tim, they know it, and they will sing it. No, they won't. No, they won't. Tim, they will. The fans will sing this song. And of course, when they started, you know, I saw on the video, Ripper looked over to me and smiled, you know, because I'm there, gritting my teeth, playing the guitar there, you know, And I didn't see him actually in the moment, but I saw the video and he looked over to me as, you know, as to nod, yeah, you acknowledged that I was right. And it was a wonderful moment, you know.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I've been doing this for a little while. I think I know Ripper. I got this.
Yeah.
Was there ever any doubt when you put the band together? I mean, I mean, getting Ripper in there and getting the guys you got, was there ever any doubt, or did you really know these were all the guys you were going after? Because it really,
Yeah.
I mean, it's your Judas Priest. That's what it is now, you know?
Yeah, I was disappointed at Les, because we played with Les, you know, we did the whole show in England with Les, and it was great, you know. But I was disappointed, you know, but you know, obviously the drum parts on this new album, it's really high energy stuff, you know, and like I say, Les said that he just didn't, you know, think that obviously putting the drums down, and you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Studio time's expensive. You got to do it. You got to do you 6, 7, 8 hours a day playing the drums was just may have caused more harm than good.
Yep.
You know. So he said, you know, to get someone else, and of course Sean is amazing, and he had been playing with Ripper in the Three Tremors, you know, and still does a bit, and he's amazing. The guy's amazing. Yeah, I'm really happy with the band. The band's great, you know, it's high energy. We've done these videos together, and everybody's jumping around, going mad like lunatics, as though we are playing live, and falling over each other. And that's the way I want it, you know, and this is the way that I always wanted it to be. And that's why I enjoyed being in Judas Priest, when we were able to be that high energy band, you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed it towards the end. I missed that bit, you know. But anyway, just for the record, guys, like I say, a lot of misinformation, you know. In 2010, the end, we were all going to retire. We were all going to finish the band. That was the plan. We had decided, and we were putting together all of the press conference, press statements, and everything, you know, announcing. And they asked us to pick a title for the farewell tour, hence Epitaph, which was there, you know. It's just that unless things had changed, I decided that my heart wouldn't be in play. I wasn't going to do that farewell tour because I really didn't think I was going to enjoy it. Yeah. And after a lifetime of success and my whole legacy, I didn't want to do a tour that I really felt I wasn't going to enjoy. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And so I opted out of that last tour. And then a few months later, I changed my mind. So I was talking to Ian about doing it, and we got him to send the set list over. But they sent the press release out, and that made me really angry. Then, you know, so I sent a sharp letter into Glenn and Jane, very sharp letter, because I felt that they had made their decision anyway. You know, they found somebody new, and I thought that was the wrong thing to do because it's changing the course of history, you know.
Right. Well, you had talked earlier about how everybody's getting longer in the tooth, and people are getting sick, and you know, and we're all going to go at some point. Does that? I mean, have you been in touch with Glenn, considering, you know, what he's going through, and do you want to reconnect and mend those fences?
Like I said, I voiced my opinion. It's all over the internet. But, you know, I said I was shocked and stunned when they didn't give me a call. Yeah. Because I was sitting there waiting for an opportunity. Okay, they got Richie in. Yeah. They wanted him. But at some point, I felt that there would be an opportunity, you know, whenever that may be. Yeah. And so when Glenn handed the guitar over to Andy, I was in disbelief, you know, because... You know, Andy, I consider Andy a friend. I've been to his studio. I've worked up there, and we talk, and he will admit himself, even in his own band, Hell, you know, he wasn't a lead guitar player in that band because Kevin was the lead guitar player. So I thought that was extremely odd, because it has changed the course of history, you know, for the band, really. But, you know, I kept asking them, are you sure the doors, you know, because Andy always said that he would step down at any time, you know, for me to step back. And he said in the press that he was only doing it, he would do it as long as they asked him to do it, you know. And they've since said that, you know, Andy's just their touring guitarist, so they only have one guitarist.
Yeah,
seems to me. But anyway, not to be. They set their lawyers on me and didn't want any part of me, so I just had to carry on and move on.
Yeah.
Was when you walked away in 2010, when you said you didn't feel right doing that tour, was it because you didn't feel right calling it an end, or was it just what was the rationale there in your head? Were you just not ready to say it was done at that point, or was it just?
Well, it started. Nobody was happy anyway, because in 2010, that year, Rob released 2 studio albums, and he did his own world tour: Chile, Canada, North America, including the Ozfest, playing Judas Priest songs. So, you know, so kind of that's what happened, you know. But in actual fact, you know, when they announced to the press, you know, even though I was showing signs of wanting to do the tour, they about a couple of weeks later, I received a letter from Rob and his manager asking me to form a band with Rob.
Wow, and that was right around that time.
Me, Rob, Jeff Loomis, Roy Z, a 3-guitar band, and I can't remember the name of the drummer and the bass player. And I just ignored that letter, you know. So Rob at that time was obviously assuming that it was going to still be the end of the band, and they were just going to do the farewell tour, I guess. You know. So basically, I felt more ousted than I did leaving the band, you know. Yeah, because my friends were saying, "Oh, okay, you started it. You got to finish it. Got to do the tour." And I thought, do you know what? I think they're right. But on top of us not being happy, we felt that Rob could jump ship again at any point potentially, you know, because all the signs were there, you know. And you know, when I look back now on the internet and see Rob playing songs like Jawbreaker in 2010 with his band, you know, and playing big gigs, you know, it's painful for somebody like me that had been so loyal and put my heart and soul, you know, and you know, and was the creator from the very beginning, you know, of the whole thing. It was painful. But then I got an email saying, when can you start writing? We need a 5-track EP to support the farewell tour. I went, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing an EP. We're not an EP band. I'm not going to, after the epic Nostradamus, I'm not going to go out on an EP. And I said, oh, well, we'll cut it down to 3 songs. I said, I'm not doing it. You do it. You know, and plus there was other things as well. Attention. And I went, you know, first time I ever really threw my toys out of the pram and wasn't able to get them back into the pram.
We just got a couple minutes left here. Let's end on a happy note. Give me your favorite Kiss touring story.
Oh yeah. Well, well, I guess we were the new kids on the block, you know, snot-nosed kids, not knowing. This 78, was it? 78, touring with Kiss.
Yeah.
We learned a lot on that tour. But I think it was Chicago, that big old gig in Chicago. I think they may have pulled it down now, but it was a beautiful, really nice old gig, big gig. And the one night, there was a lot of kerfuffling going on backstage, you know, a lot of things were going on. and people were pushing people around and stuff like that. And there was people everywhere, you know, there was girls everywhere. You know, you couldn't move backstage.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was difficult for us to move around. And then I didn't know what was going on, but I could sense something was going on, you know. And I think we just did our gig, you know, so we want to come out and join the party and watch the mighty Kiss.
Yeah.
And but we were being pushed around, get back, you know, wherever, you know, doors closed. And they were started lining up these girls all the way from Kiss's dressing room to where they enter onto the stage. You know, these girls were packed in like sardines, and all this thing was being arranged because they all wanted kind of autographs and meet the band. And so the deal was, if they wanted to get signed, they would have to.
Yeah. The good old days.
Guys came down. God knows how long it took them to go through the whole line, whatever. But I'm there. I'm thinking, yes, I've landed. This is the America that I've been hearing about. Everybody's been telling me about this country, and this is rock and roll, and, you know. And then I remember our manager's words before we set sail. He said to us, "You're going to go to America. You're going to be touring with all these bands. Don't expect a thing, because you ain't going to get one thing. No sound, no lights. If you don't get anything, rider in the dress. If you don't get anything, don't ask. You ain't going to get it. Get out there and do the gig." And I'm thinking, and these guys get all of this. I'm thinking, I mean, but really, that's enough to spur you on, isn't it? And going, I want to be that band that can do this lineup.
Yeah.
You know.
God damn right.
But yeah, I remember it well, and the guys treated us fantastically well. So I really do thank them, and hopefully we've become, you know, pretty good friends since then with the guys. Had a wonderful time, you know, hanging out, playing pool, you know, in the basement of the hotel with the guys. Wonderful. What can I say? What a spectacle! It was just brilliant, and let's hope we can do it again. You know,
that's the hope.
I've heard. In fact, we were talking yesterday about the Kiss tour ship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you never know. That would be very, very cool, and see what happens there. I'm sure it's going to be.
I think the first time I saw Priest was with Ace Frehley opening, when Ace Frehley's solo band opened. So even that would be cool to see again. Like maybe KK's Priest with Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
I love
it. That could be a cool.
Well, if there's any options there, we're there. We could do our own shows. We're talking about putting our own shows too. It'll probably be a mix of, wouldn't it, really? You know, there's some good festivals in the summer. There's different things. There is the cruises. We can do our own shows. We can jump on like we did in the early days, you know, back in, I think that this, you know, I mean, you know, very, very early on in America, we were doing a mixture of clubs where we were headlining, and then we would do theatres and stuff supporting. And then somebody said, "Can you go to Oakland Coliseum and play a couple of shows with Led Zeppelin?"
I think I could do that.
Yeah, exactly.
We were just about to go home. We were in New York. We're going, we didn't even ask where Oakland is. We said, "Okay, just book the spot." You know, didn't even know where it was. Didn't care either.
Yeah. Playing with Led Zeppelin, it doesn't matter. I'll go anywhere, right?
Exactly.
Well, another wonderful, cherished. I mean, you know, so I'm lucky. You know, I've done an awful lot in my life, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very, very proud and respectful of my bandmates. You know, whatever goes down, it's all history, and we've done so much together, achieved so much together. So I'm very grateful for all of that. Just wish it could have had a better ending, but as far as I'm concerned now, you know, I really like how the album's sounding. I like how the band, you know, is going to sound, and we got on well together, and we've all got the common goal of of metal, and that's all there is to it, really.
That's all you need. KK Downing, thank you so much. You are
Izzy
always
Paul,
welcome.
Thank you very much.
And the album is called Sermons of the Sinner. KK's Priest. Buy it now. Wow.
That's good, right?
That was good.
That was a good one.
Fun. That was fun.
That was a good one.
I'm not gonna lie. My favorite question was the Kiss question.
Of course it was. And I love that you got the Sebastian Bach imitation in there that he didn't even realize was a Sebastian Bach imitation, I'm sure.
But it wasn't even meant to be. It just came out.
It's just because your Sebastian Bach imitation has become your voice.
I can't help
Kind
it,
of like anybody I imitate has the same exact voice.
I can't.
Whether I'm imitating my wife, Andy Gould, they sound exactly the same. And there aren't two people that can sound like
your wife sounds just like Arthur.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cross between Arthur and Benny Hill.
Don't insult me.
I actually could have used Andy Gould to translate some of the KK because that accent,
right?
You're like, wow. Yeah.
I was able to get all of it. I understood everything.
I did too.
I understood everything.
I did too. I guarantee you my wife won't. She'll get 5 seconds into it and be like, I can't read. I don't understand.
At least
she always says she can't understand British accents, but yet most of our friends, like I think you're my closest friend who isn't British. So it's like, it's hysterical. We are around every holiday. We're surrounded by British people. Like we just literally had Thanksgiving with all Brits who don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. And like, she understands all of them perfectly. But then if we turn like a TV show on, she's like, I don't understand it. I think it's because she's drinking around our friends all the time. So it all makes more sense. I think that's what it is.
Speaking of the Brits, so that Beatles thing is huge right now.
Yeah.
I have not yet seen it, but
I have not yet either.
It's
a big undertaking to watch. It's like 6 hours, and
yeah, but I heard
it's hard enough for me. It's hard for me to keep up with Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think I'm 1 week behind on that.
I haven't watched that in years. But
oh my god, it's so good.
It's so
Larry
awkward.
David's my spirit animal.
It's so awkward that it's funny. But my point about the Beatles doc, somebody tweeted out these 4 photos that said Austin Powers showed up in the Beatles.
Oh,
doc,
yeah.
They literally photoshopped him into like 4 stills, like one of them where he's taking a photo. It's like, dude, this is fucking gold.
It's great. It's great.
Just gold. So I have not seen that yet because how am I going to watch it when all I do is watch Scrubs?
That's how we are with The Office. It's literally The Office all day, every day. I mean, it's just the minute the TV, all day, every day. We turn the TV on about 9:30 every night, and it's literally Office till it flips to South Park or something. And then we'll go, okay, what are we behind on? And then we'll fall asleep 20 minutes into Sinner. Like, it's just, that's pretty much the story of our life. And then wake up on the couch and then go to bed, but you're at that nap in. So then I lie in bed and stare at my phone for 3 hours, which is not what you're supposed to do when you go to bed because it wakes you up, but I do it anyway.
Right. Yeah, I have that same problem. And then I also have the problem of not turning my phone on silent before I go to bed.
Little lesson. My phone is always on silent. It's never not on silent because I look at it so much. I don't need to be told when I get calls or texts. I see them.
You know, until I got this new phone in August, it was always on silent, but now it's like I've got like Chewbacca and I've got Quagmire as my text tone, which gets annoying when.
Wait, you have giggity?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
I know.
Wait,
and then
I'm going to text you right now. Is your phone near you?
Yes, it is.
I want to hear it.
Let's see if it works. Because I'm in front of my computer, so maybe it won't, but it might. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
But
I love it.
I'm not gonna lie, it does get annoying when it's
now I'm just going to text you over and over again. I'm going to send you one word at a time. Just your phone just keeps going giggity, 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 giggity.
Of course you will. And then my email tone is R2D2. Yeah.
I have if like someone were to call me and the ringer was on, it would be the Faces Stay With Me. So that's
nice.
Faces Stay With Me. I've got a U2 song on there if my wife calls because it was one of our wedding songs. And there's a Bon Jovi for any doctors that call me, it's Bon Jovi. because I'm always living on a prayer when a doctor calls.
See, I figured when the wife calls, you would get "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me." Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. All 10, I won't do what you tell me. All 10, I won't do what you tell me. All 10, I won't do what you tell me. See, now I started. I can't stop.
We've been together 17 years. I do whatever she tells me. It makes life so much more easy.
Absolutely.
And you know her well. It's not like she's that demanding. Like,
yeah, right. She's pretty easygoing.
Like her biggest complaint is I don't drink as much as she does half the time. So I'm like, all right, I got to keep up. Hey, Tom and Jerry.
Oh shit.
Fucking Ward.
Fucking Ward. So in 2 weeks we have the Listener Drunken Summit, which is going to be Aerosmith Rocks versus Toys in the Attic. Any idea?
Which in my head, I can tell you which album I like more, but I have been doing this long enough to know it never works out that way.
Right. Exactly.
And I think we might have an amazing guest for that, but we're going to keep it a secret.
Yep.
So just for the record, if Rika is on, the amazing guest couldn't make it.
Pat Fontaine, what do you have to say about that? All right, thank you very much.
So we have next week. We have next week. I have an idea, but I have to. It might, if it happens, it might be one of our biggest podcasts ever, just for the sheer controversy of it.
Scary stuff.
In spectacular, like old AWA fashion.
I love it.
Be like a score to settle them all, brawl to settle them all. Yeah.
The war to skittle. War to skittle. The war to settle the score, brother. Totally different subject, Paul. You've frozen on me, by the way. And while Paul is frozen, quick thank you.
No, you're frozen for me, and I was frozen for you.
All right. Well, we were both frozen. We were working again. And a totally different subject. I did promise a thank you to Stevie Rochelle from Tough for sending me the record and the CD and another CD. So much obliged. I can't think of the name of the record.
I'm Stevie. Well, you know what? Let's do another pause.
Yeah.
Let's do another studio break, because I could this is the advantage of being on video.
That is right. You mean pre-recorded?
Yeah, exactly. Pre-recorded video. I got one too. What Comes Around Goes Around on vinyl. And it is a pretty fantastic package. He did a really good job with this.
Yeah, he did. What did he say to you?
I forgot that he was in Poison also.
Yeah, I know. That's my big joke with Stevie. I always give him shit about that.
You suck and your dog is gay. No, that's not what he said.
Oh man, neither of us got fun autographs. I've seen some fun autographs. He must not like us that much.
Nice. You know what? You know what? Maybe we'll have him on the show and we'll find out who he likes less.
I would love that. Yeah, but if he comes on, all we're gonna do is rip on the Packers. Because
if he comes on, we're gonna have to have about 20 minutes of serious Metal Sludge versus Metal Edge, because it's been 20 years in the making.
Yeah.
And then I will help him tag team. At that point, we will reunite. We will form a super tag team, and we will be like, one was Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan were tag team partners or something. We will the superpowers, whatever they were called.
The superpowers was Hulk was Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah. And the Hulkster.
Who was
I think Andre and Hulk did team up at one point, but the superpowers was Macho Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
I kind of didn't watch in that era, so I didn't know. But and by the way, just for the record, the score just popped up. It's 14-10 on middle of the fourth quarter. My wife is literally on the verge of winning the whole Jericho family football pool for this week. And nice. I don't think she can name a single player on any team other than Matt Stafford on the Rams. and she's about to get 10 games right this week and come closer to the final score than anybody.
It reminds me of that episode of Cheers when what was Shelley Long's character? Diane. She won the football pool by judging on which animal would beat the other animal. Or
the Lions versus the
colors.
Bears.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how she did it, and she won.
So to jump to what I was saying about Stevie and I, after we have the brawl to settle it all, or whatever the hell we're going to call it, the Thrill in Manila between Metal Edge versus Metal Sludge, we will then have a dramatic kumbaya moment where we love each other, and then we will beat the living shit out of your Minnesota Vikings fandom because I'm not getting up to get it again, but I got my stock in the mail the other day. I am now an official stockholder for the Green Bay Packers.
Oh no.
Yeah, I might as well have lit the money. I should have just lit the money on fire, but it's a really cool thing to have. It says you're a stockholder. And a couple friends of mine also got them. So we're all going to go to Green Bay for the stockholders meetings and just drink a lot of cheap Wisconsin beer. And that's going to be it.
Well, first of all, when you go there, just remember I have 11 middle fingers. And I know you don't check Twitter very often, so I would like to read you a tweet that I sent today.
Oh, did you send it to? I don't check Twitter at all.
I know you don't. And I sent a lot of tweets today.
But I'm going to repeat what I said about an hour ago. I am going to get better about posting on Instagram.
And that would be at Metal Edge Mag on Twitter, and Instagram is Metal Edge Magazine. All right. See, I tweeted a lot today because I've been drinking all day. Let's see. Let me find this. I got to go down a little ways. Kingdom Come haters. They sound just like Zeppelin. I like Zeppelin. I like Kingdom Come more than Zepp. There, I said it.
Wait, somebody said I like Kingdom Come more than Zeppelin?
No, I said it.
Oh, you said it. Okay.
I said it. Where is it? Maybe it was yesterday. I think.
But I mean, you can only count to Peter.
Okay.
You're really only capable of counting to Peter Criss. So liking Kingdom Come more than Led Zeppelin really isn't that shocking.
So basically the gist of the tweet was, for all you Minnesota Vikings rubes that are calling for the head of Mike Zimmer for losing to the Detroit Lions yesterday, we are not out of control, delusional rubes from the other side of the cheddar curtain who consider ourselves owners. So we cannot make that decision.
Oh, we aren't owners. It's just,
you just lost your stock. You just lost your stock because you guys believe you were owners.
It says very clearly when you buy the stock, because what I do all day for a living is read contracts, and I read the contract before I bought the stock. It is basically a Halloween costume version of stock.
Of course.
It's not real, but it's cool to have that little document that says I am a shareholder. You don't get to. It's not like I could say Aaron Rodgers is a turd. Get him out of Green Bay. I don't have that power.
See, but Paul, this is the difference, though. You are a smart businessman. You are not drunk Green Bay fan Rube who thinks he's an owner because he has a piece of paper that he paid $250 for.
Average drunk Green Bay Rube can't afford the stock. It doesn't matter.
Oh my God. Oh, dude.
To be fair, honestly, every team should be as brilliant as the Packers because
it's a brilliant move.
It's brilliant. They're raising they're selling enough stock to get I'm making this up, but it's like $30 million or $300 million. I think it's $300 million. They're raising enough stock to be able to sign Aaron Rodgers' successor to a long-term contract. I mean, that's like literally when they need money, when they need capital, they just raise the price and sell a bunch of stock to suckers like me. And you know what? Hey, it's one more meaningless piece of paper that I could have hanging in my office somewhere.
There you go. And I'm going to give a shameless plug right now. K-Fan out of Minneapolis, Fridays at 1:30 our time, 3:30 Elvis time, which is Central, 4:30 Eastern. You can get it on iHeartRadio. Tune in because they do their football picks every week. And there's a cat on there. His name is Carl Gerbschmidt, and he is from Elk Mound, Wisconsin. And he is a owner. And it is the funniest thing on radio. That's all I am going to say. You can find those clips on YouTube, Carl Gerbschmidt on fucking K-Fan. It is fucking hilarious. You will piss yourself. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. You know what? No, I don't have COVID. That's just not allowed to cough anymore. Coughing isn't allowed.
That's right. It's okay. It's just HIV. It's no big deal.
Off the air, I have a story for you about that one. But off the air. What I was going to say is my fantasy team is actually kicking colossal ass, which really means nothing because anybody could beat you in any week in the playoffs. And the core of my team is I've got the 2 Minnesota Vikings wide receivers who have been awesome. I have Carter Cup from the Rams. I have Jefferson from the Vikings, and I have Thielen from the Vikings. And it looks like Thielen's going to miss at least a week now, which means
Thielen.
What?
Thielen.
I'm sorry. Did I pronounce it wrong? You know why? It's because I come from behind the cheddar curtain, So I was just like, I had like cheese curds in my mouth, and I couldn't pronounce it the right way. Thielen. I actually had a crush on a girl in college who spelled her name the same way, but it was Thiessen. And that's why I always just think it's Thielen because,
Well, there's no S in that one, though.
No, it's Thiessen Thielen. It's just you swap the S and the L. That was the difference.
It's like Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
But so I am for fantasy football purposes, a Vikings fan. So honestly, my fantasy team overrules any team loyalty because I don't win money if the Packers win because I don't gamble on sports other than fantasy football and baseball. So I want the Packers to lose if it means my fantasy baseball. Because until Aaron Rodgers cares about what my bands do, I don't worry about what he does on a week-to-week basis. But I still paid that money for that stock so I could hang it on my wall. Yeah.
I tell you what, I would not recommend being a Vikings fan. Or cheering for any Minnesota sports team because you will get your heart ripped out of your ass. And another shameless plug, this cat that was on this show before you came along, his name is Dan Minnesota. He has this book called Minnesota, the 100 most heartbreaking moments in Minnesota sports history. And you can find it on Amazon. If you have Minnesota sports fans in your family or your friend circle, please go and buy it. It is phenomenal. It's really well done. It's painful, but it's really, painful. Really well done. It's real. You know what? I'm going to show it to you because I have a copy. Right here.
History of heartbreak. Nice.
It is painful. But it is.
You do know. Like a little bit of since we're geeking out on football, you may not know this, but I know you and I both have sports journalism backgrounds. My last assignment, I was an editor for the Associated Press before Metal, and my last assignment, I was on the field during the Packers Lions wildcard game.
Wow.
That was what they gave me. Because they knew I didn't renew with them when my contract was up. Because I wanted to do music instead. And they knew I was a huge sports fan. I interviewed Brett Favre when he signed with the Packers. I was his first interview. And I got to be on the field at that game, which was pretty amazing.
Nice.
Pretty amazing.
Not to be a one-upper.
Feel free. Yeah.
My last game at Metrodome was Twins Tigers 163.
Wow.
And the winner, because that was the play-in game.
Yeah.
So not only did I get to see that game from the press box, but I got to be in the freaking locker room, in the or they call it in the baseball world, the clubhouse for the celebration.
Wow.
And I was talking to Joe Nathan.
Yep.
No. I take that back. It was Mike Redmond. I was talking to Mike Redmond, and all of a sudden I feel a beer get poured over my head. And I looked, and it was Joe Nathan. He just looked and goes. But the one thing I remember from that, there's a picture of me on Facebook where I look like a drowned rat wearing a That Metal Show shirt, and I'm interviewing Justin in the scrum around Justin Morneau. So that's what that's from. But my one memory from that is Ron Coomer. And baseball fans, he played for the Twins, he played for the Cubs, the Yankees. He's a Chicago guy, but he was with the Twins for a very long time, and he was he was like part of the TV crew. There's distinctly, he was wringing out the beer from his tie into his mouth. It's like, dude,
wow,
this is gold. This is fucking gold. It's fucking
and I thought
gold.
I'd seen it all hanging out with Andy Gould. Oh wow.
Yeah, but there's something about a moon over New York City. What can I say?
Wow.
All right, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna hit the outro music really quick, and then I will.
Oh, you know what? Let's not wrap it up yet.
Oh shit!
Did I catch you in time?
Yeah.
I have to say, we haven't talked about this yet because I don't think I think we skipped a week because of my schedule, or laziness, one or the other. But we haven't talked since I went to Chris Jericho's 5150 birthday party.
Please tell us,
So,
because we have not talked about this.
We have not talked since then. So I was supposed to be in the Middle East, in Kuwait and a couple other places with one of my bands playing for the military, but because of everything going on in the world right now, that trip got delayed. So I was now home. So Rika and I went to Chris's birthday party at his house in Florida. And he had 4 bands play. He had a Judas Priest. He had a stage set up, full tent. It was huge. It was awesome. It was he had Judas Priest cover band that was fantastic.
Mhm.
It was spot on Rob Halford, but like a third of Rob's size. Then there was a friend of Chris's who had a really cool country band, and then Quarantine played.
Nice.
So I actually got to see Quarantine firsthand. It was very good. I can give this information out. We will be having Quarantine on at some point in the future.
Dude.
And then the closing band was Guardians of the Jukebox, which is essentially the Ozzy guys without Chris singing. So they have a different singer. It's essentially, I think there's one guy that's in it that isn't in Fozzy also, but they are just fantastic. It's like 80s rock, but pop rock, like Loverboy, Kenny Lock, Footloose. Like it is. Watching Rich Ward, who's one of my favorite people in the history of metal. I mean, what he did with Stuck Mojo was so ahead of everything going on. Watching him dance around the stage doing Billy Ocean, there is nothing better than. I mean, we're all dancing. Because at this point we've been drinking for, I think, 9 hours. Well, actually we were drinking for like 33 hours because we started the day before. But so there's like professional wrestlers and all of us idiots, and we had to dress as our favorite rockers. So people did pictures yet, but my wife was doing Robert Sweet, and I did Michael Sweet, like a loose Michael Sweet. It wasn't really
right. Hold on. Just for all the listeners at home, see if they can hear this. The truth about life. Oh, it's a lot of hype. Sorry, I was having a Stuck Mojo moment.
Stuck Mojo moment.
Not promise tomorrow. Anyways, that's a great tune.
Mojo, a great band. But yeah, we're all like dressed, like Red Cup was dressed as David Lee Roth. Like I'll post a picture on Instagram one of these days. Maybe I'll do it tonight just because it gave me something to post, and I said I'd be better about posting.
There you go.
But there's Red Cup was David Lee Roth. We had our Striper things going on. Chris was Prince.
Yes,
it was fantastic. And the best, Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, came with a bunch of wrestlers came. Yeah. Tony was dressed as Prince also. They both had the exact same costumes.
Hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, I saw that picture of you with the Big Show or Paul White.
Yes, that was he's a great guy, and he gave me a world of shit for making a comment about him being bigger than me, because he went off on this whole tangent, which is actually kind of funny when you think about it, because it's true, about how like it's always the guys that are usually the biggest guys in the room that get a complex when he's around, because all of a sudden they feel small.
Right, of course. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I think Paul White would be an excellent guest for this podcast, by the way.
He just might be.
Just might be. Huh?
He actually remembered because we spent some time at a convention, and he remembered the convention because Blackie Lawless was there and Blackie's mom was also there. And
Nice.
Paul's like, how do I forget like being somewhere with Blackie Lawless's mom? It's incredible.
Right. Exactly.
So,
But, dude,
yeah, there's a
that's
bunch
awesome.
of those wrestlers I'd love to get on. I would love to.
Oh yeah,
if
dude.
Luther's schedule works, I'd love to Luther. It's funny. His tag team partners was there, and it's so crazy seeing them when they're the luchadors. They when they wear the masks, it's crazy
Right.
seeing guys without the mask on. You're
Yeah,
just like,
exactly, dude. It's like the gays, the gays, the days of kayfabe are long gone.
Yeah.
And I heard so like AEW had a pay-per-view in Minnesota like a month ago, and the Baron von Raschke was there.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually, yes, this is fantastic.
And like the Baron still lives in kayfabe world. And I love
Oh no,
it.
he's
I freaking love
absolutely.
it. I freaking love it.
Yep.
But no, yeah.
I almost fanned out, but I couldn't because I mean, you don't watch AEW, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
I do every once in a while.
Oh, you do every once in a while.
Yeah, I know the wrestlers.
So Britt Baker is awesome. She's like the champion, the women's champion. She's just phenomenal. I love her, but I love Rebel. And at one point, I'm sitting there like just dancing like an idiot, like 4 feet away from the stage to Billy Ocean, and she's just dancing right next to me. And I was like, ah! But I wasn't the loser. I didn't tell her she's amazing.
Well, dude, you want to go even geekier for me? Mike Dawson, my singer, and from the Adam Carolla show.
Mike Dawson and the Smoking Kills.
And the Smoking Kills, yes.
Check out the Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you stream your music.
And who also fills in for you every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah.
He got the chance to go and open for Brad Williams in Ontario, just an hour away. And as we were leaving the place, the music that comes on after Brad leaves the stage is Judas. So I had to get a video of me going. And it all makes sense because he does that every night because he's been on the Jericho Cruise. So
yes, there you
go.
He's the Jericho Cruise. He does it.
There you go. Well, Paul, let's wrap this up because we could keep going.
No,
you know, and we will keep going after this ends.
Cool.
But I'm gonna hit the outro music right now and do this properly. Make sure you guys hit at Metal Edge Magazine on the Instagram, at Metal Edge Mag on the Twitter, metaledgemag.com. Buy lots of vinyl and presents and all that shit.
Yeah, Christmas shopping. Do your Christmas shopping at that, and then we've already got content. Like I'll give you this little insight. We already have content building up.
Nice.
Scenes like the site. I have the site open on my computer as we speak. We have brand new interviews with people. It's gonna be in the new year. We just want to make sure everything's perfectly.
Yeah, got to do it right. You can follow Paul. Follow Paul on Instagram at Paul Gargano. Follow him on Twitter, even though he doesn't do much with it, but it's there.
By the way, I do nothing with it.
Yeah. There you go. But I do. Real Izzy Presley, all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and of course the show page for now is at Another Effing Podcast on Facebook. Make sure you follow that and hit that shop now button. Get some presents there too, because we were just talking about that before.
I'm gonna go look and see what there is there.
There's some cool shit there, believe it or not.
Do you have matching shirts for me and my dog?
Absolutely, well, no, but you can make it work. My name is Izzy Presley on the behalf of Paul Gargano. Don't you go change it. It is Metal Edge Magazine's Another Effing Podcast.